Let me ask you something. If the second coming of Christ were to happen right now, or if you were to die, God forbid, and you found yourself face to face with your Creator, would you be absolutely thrilled and excited? Or would you be trembling in fear and shame because you've been living in sin and you're ashamed of the way you've been living? If so, chances are you're also probably not very happy. Well, don't fret, my friend, you're in the right place. I have another weekly dose of positive refreshment and more tips on how to be happy and stay positive in this crazy world we live in. I know why you're unhappy, and I know how you can begin to change. Remember the power of the mind, because it will find what it's looking for. What you think, you become. Or, as Oprah says, as you think, so shall you be. So, I become what I think. What if God had asked you how you've been treating your fellow creatures? Would you be excited to say that you've been doing everything possible for your fellow man and that you've been as nice as possible? What about when he asks, how are you treating yourself? How's your self-talk? Are you constantly beating yourself up, complaining about the world, complaining about this or that, different reasons why you aren't successful, why you aren't happy, complaining about your life?
When it rains, it pours.
This is a story I heard from a monk on Oprah, and it goes as such. So there were two monks hiking in the woods, and they came across a female wearing a long komodo. Now it was raining and it was really muddy, so the woman was standing there not wanting to cross the street to get her clothes all dirty. So one of the monks picked her up and helped her cross the street. So now the two monks kept walking for another 4 hours in silence, as they do. But finally one of them said to the monk that picked up the girl, "You really shouldn't have done that. We're not supposed to touch females. So you really shouldn't have done that." The other monk says, "Oh wow, you're still carrying that girl? I put her down hours ago." So the moral of the story is, don't get trapped in your mind thinking about the past, carrying these big burdens that do you no good, do the world no good. Let them go, begin to heal, discover and decide what you want out of your life, create a plan to get there, and go for it. Happiness, you see, is a choice. And a lot about happiness deals with perspective. The way you see the world is how you live in the world. For example, if you feel like the world is a stage, then you'll be like an actor, always in play. If you view the world as a competition, then you are always going to be competing, and you'll always be aggressive, and you'll always be trying to be the best. If you see life as a game or a celebration, then you might always be trying to celebrate or play. If you think life is about family, then your life will be about family. If you think your life is about work, then you'll probably be a workaholic. These things that we're holding on to from the past that are causing us misery and keeping us from the full potential of life that we are meant to experience, you need to learn how to let them go. It reminds me about the story with the monkey and the jar. So to catch the monkey, they'd have a jar that was real skinny at the top, and they would put a treat in the bottom of the jar. And the monkey comes along and puts his hand in the jar to grab the treat. But once he tries to pull it out, he can't, because his fist with the treat is now too big to come from the opening. All the monkey has to do is let go of the treat, and then he can get free and go on. But he doesn't. He holds on, and he's stuck there, and he's captured. Are you stuck? Are you holding on to something in the past that's keeping you from moving forward? Ooh, I bet you are. I know I have work to do. So let go of the grudges, the pain, all the resentment you feel. That stuff is hurting you, and it is killing your future. Realize that and change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's a quote by Wayne Dyer. The point is, your perspective and your outlook on life is very important, and it determines the way you live, because your mind is so powerful that it will find whatever it's looking for. Believe me. So if your mind is telling you that the world is out to get you, then you're going to find reasons that support that theory, and you will convince yourself that the world is really out to get you. This is kind of how the victim mentality got started and why it's such a huge problem in our world. So the point is, you have a choice. You can choose to keep thinking the way you are, living in that victim mentality and being absolutely miserable, or you can decide to take charge of your life, change the focus on what you are thinking about all day. Don't focus on everything that's wrong and negative and why you can't be happy, and instead choose to focus on everything that's positive and wonderful in your life and learn to be thankful and grateful. And you will notice a difference in your life by leaps and bounds. The mind is so powerful that it will find what it's looking for. So remember that. Change your thoughts, change your life. And a lot about